I feel we lack a relationship with our primary sources and our primary heritage. I have people around me here, all watching this podcast. I can guarantee you that the people sitting here have hardly opened a chapter of Al-Kafi themselves to read their heritage. Some may not even own the volumes of Al-Kafi. And you know, I was just about to say, but it's in English. But for me, while a community loses track with Arabic, it can never flourish to its true potential. It will do well. Listen, we have done amazing. What I'm talking about is not to look back negatively, but the next step.
Exactly.
You know, sometimes a person, when they talk about what do you think of the community? Community is negative, community is bad. No. Our parents, they laid the foundation. Our parents protected our aqaid. The next step, you're asking us, my opinion, the next step is that we need to reacquaint our communities with their heritage in the world of Islamic literature. I say this why? Because there's so many real lessons to learn when you look at a hadith of Ahlulbayt alayhim salam in books like Al-Kafi. Honestly, even for us, the chapter on ilm in Al-Kafi, it is unbelievable the number of ahadith where you look at yourself in the mirror when you're looking at that hadith. What's the difference between a scholar and an orator? What's the niyyah behind seeking knowledge? How does God view those who seek knowledge? Why should you seek knowledge? Believe you me, if I was more acquainted with these 20 years ago, a lot of my behaviors in the last 20 years, I would have reassessed. But it's only because when I first went into studying in a traditional seminary, I might have focused a bit more in those earlier days on more legal, early texts, or maybe hadith texts. I find it sad that the addressing of the importance of the Arabic language and the addressing of the primary sources, of which the Qur'an is the utmost importance. Do you know, sometimes, I don't know about yourself, but when I love Mecca and Medina, and I love Salat al-Jama'ah, and someone might turn around to me and say, oh, Salat al-Jama'ah, you're praying behind someone who's not Shia. What I love about it, when I hear the Qur'an being recited, I test myself when he says an ayah randomly from Surah Al-Imran or from Surah Al-An'am or from Surah Al-Shu'ara. When he says it, can I clock which chapter and verse that is? I can guarantee you, we have a great generation of shabab in khidmah, in service, organizing majalis, some who love to sit in lectures and learn. But is the relationship with the tafsir of the Qur'an the same? His father in Karbala, the amount of importance that he gave to tafsir of the Qur'an in his 80s, we're not talking somebody in his 40s. So he could have easily retired by that time. I said, listen, let someone else do it. True. Tafsir al-Sadiq, if I'm not mistaken.
بينات من الهدى.
بينات من الهدى. But there was a YouTube page that had all his lectures.
تفسير المرتضى.
المرتضى, that's it. That tafsir, or that commitment, highlighted that a generation that has no relationship with their heritage of the Quran, heritage of hadith, structured learning, I think that for me is the next step for scholars and speakers to give back. 10 nights here, 3 nights here is good. But you're getting a fragment of law, a fragment of theology, a little bit on hadith. You're not going through 101, 202, 303, 404.
Fundamentals.
There are people who've made efforts with e-houses. And I think that the intention behind them is very good, is that someone can come and pick a course and they do it for about 8 months, where you get a real, more deeper understanding of your heritage. That for me, I would say is the next step. That I would love to see the speaker who claims they were studying in Qom or in Najaf or in a Hawza or in a traditional seminary. I would love to see them teach a course on that subject. Said Hussein, for example, now, not only did he study jurisprudence or principal jurisprudence or hadith, but he also came back to teach.
Yeah.
There are many who studied those things but are not coming back to teach them. You people are doing great in your 9-to-5 jobs, but you deserve us coming back to teach what we studied.
Absolutely.
Yeah.